Good evening, the evening news. My name is David Ojo. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, had filed notice of appeal over the majority ruling of the Osun State Election Petition Tribunal delivered by Justice Tese Akume. Joined as respondents are the immediate past governor, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, the All Progressives Congress, APC, the state governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The appeal premised on 44 grounds of error in law was filed today by the Commission. The Osun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has condemned the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for initiating process to appeal the judgment of the Osun Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, which attacked the Beavers machine. The PDP, in a statement by its caretaker chairman, Dr. Akindele, said the electoral umpire has lived up to the expectations of Nigeria in standing up to the defense of the country's electoral system. The statement expressed faith that the higher court will establish the supremacy of Beavers machine above any other source on accreditation of voters. Dr. Akindele noted that the decision of INEC has put paid to the lies making the ground that the last few days adding that mandate can only try but will not succeed. He explained that the lies that INEC will not appeal the judgment that tried the discredit Beavers machine in the country's election emanated from APC lawyers. The Supreme Court has ordered a suspension of the deadline for the swapping of old and new Naira notes by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Supreme Court issued an interim injunction restraining the federal government from suspending the acceptance of the whole Naira note on February 10, 2023 deadline. Kaduna, Zamfara, and Kogi State government instituted a suit against the federal government at the Supreme Court over the scarcity of old and new Naira notes due to the CBN Naira redesign policy. The state government said they were worried about the effect of CBN Naira redesign policy is having on the residents of the state. It will be recalled that Justice Enejo Enache of the Federal Capital Territory High Court has earlier stopped the Central Bank of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, and 27 commercial banks from suspending or interfering with the currency redesign terminal date of February 10 or issue any directive contrary to the set date. In a motion by 5 political parties, the court also granted an order directing the chief executive officers of the banks to show cause why they should not be arrested and prosecuted for the financial sabotage of the country by illegally hoarding, not disbursing the new 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira notes, despite supply of such notes by the Central Bank. President Buhari had last year approved the redesign of the banknotes, but the move has created hardship among Nigerians who have struggled to lay hands on the new note as February 10 deadline for the currency swap closes by. The federal government has said marketers who engage in racketeering activities are responsible for the rising cost and scarcity of premium motor spirits in parts of the country. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Temepray Siva, revealed this today while briefing State House correspondent on the outcome of the Federal Executive Council presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at the Hassel Rock Villa in Abuja. Silva said although the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has ensured the supply of fuel nationwide, challenges persist at distribution points. He explained that the ministry had issued directive to end racketeering, which has led to soaring fuel prices, but the directives have fallen on deaf ears as supply bottlenecks persist. Therefore, Silva again directed the regulatory agency NMDPRA to sanction heroin fueling. The Nigerian Labour Congress has elected Joe Ajero as its national president. Ajero, who until his emergence as president was the deputy national president of the Labour Union and the general secretary of the Nigerian Union of Electricity Employees, also made history by emerging unopposed at the union's president. He emerged as the NSC national president at the 13th National Delegates Conference of the Labour Union ongoing in Abuja. The conference at the International Conference Center, Abuja, and is expected to end with the election of new national officers for a 4-year period. Ajero succeeds Ayuba Waba, whose tenure as NSC national president ends today. The Nigerian Customs Service said it intercepted 450 drums of calcium carbide en route about to Abia State from Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. The Custom Area Comptroller in charge of the Federal Operation Unit Zone A, Ikeja, Hussein Ejibunu, while addressing journalists at the unit, said that the explosive weigh 106 kilograms each. He also said the explosive has a duty-paid value of 240 million naira. He, however, said that the duty-paid value of the seized good within the period under review is 517 million naira, while 86 million naira was recovered as revenue into the Federation account through the issuance of demand notices for underpaid custom duties. The Customs Zone A boss stated that the consignments are still under detention pending when the importer provides the necessary documents. The Economic Commission for Africa has urged African governments to increase development spending to stimulate fast and sustained recovery on the back of multiple crises that frequently hit the continent. Director of the Microeconomics and Governance Division of the ECA, Adams Elekriaka, said these while launching the World Economic Situation and Prospect 2023 report in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. He explained that Africa is confronted with weaker ethanol demands and elevated energy and food prices, in addition to rapidly increased borrowing costs and adverse world events. He said the world continues to be confronted by multiple interconnected crises amid a slow recovery from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The WESP report underscores the need for supportive and accommodative fiscal measure to lift growth and accelerate progress towards sustainable development goals. And now to sports. The Ministry of Youth and Sports says the long-awaited National Cross-Country Championship will hold on February 18 in Jos, Plateau State. Sport Minister Sunday Dare said the championship is aimed at helping Nigerians long-distance runners to develop their strengths to become better runners. Dare, who began the move to develop distance running in Nigeria last year, said cross-country running is excellent for developing strength. He pointed out that the ministry determines to positively engage the distance runner in the country and make them earn good living from running around the world like their other African counterparts. And now to some foreign stories. Sri Lanka police have said that they are investigating ousted President Gotabaya Rajapaksa over the hidden cash stockpile uncovered when protesters stormed his former residence last year. He presided over the unprecedented economic crisis that saw the island nation's 22 million people suffer through months of food, fuel, and pharmaceutical shortages. He fled the country last July after an angry mob besieged his compound, tendering his resignation from abroad days later, but he has since returned and is living under armed guards. And that ends the evening news this evening. Join us for major reports at 7. Thanks for watching and bye for now.